Some of you might be wondering why an actress such as Brie Larson has been such a popular topic over the internet over the last couple of years, but I'm not going to get into that today because that would take way too dang long and that is not the point of this video. But I will show a couple of the clips that were a huge key point in the reason as to why there's such a huge divide and why she's such a popular topic to talk about. I'm not trying to put her in any sort of context, I'm just showing key points that made her a popular topic.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
And I'm also saying I don't hate white dudes.
Did Brie Larson go to college? No.
I do all my stunts.
I did my stunts because I thought that that's what everyone did. And then
Tom Cruise over here?
No, I want to be the first me, not the next Tom Cruise. Thank you very much.
Wow.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him.
So the point of this video is to see if we could unite the two arguing factors on the topic of Brie Larson. We've got her lovers, her fans, that pretty much see her as the feminist icon, this girl power symbol. They want her in the movies to be that strong female character. They want her to be able to dominate the room and be feminist and all that stuff. And the people that don't like her want her to be a good character. They want her to have some struggles. They want to see something good come out of her. A lot of things can be forgiven for what she says outside of the film as long as in the film she's actually playing a good character. There is a difference there. So my solution is to create a hypothetical situation where Brie Larson is cast in a role, and what type of role could she be cast in that just might be able to please both audiences? Well, in this hypothetical scenario, we're going to cast her as a damsel in distress.
I'm a damsel. I'm in distress. I can handle this.
You're so
Have a nice day.
A damsel in distress tends to have a negative reputation attached to it and would probably not make her current fans happy. So in order for this hypothetical scenario to work, we can't go too extreme either way as a character. Like, we can't have her be so weak that she's captured easily like Princess Peach or Princess Buttercup, and we can't have her be too strong like with Black Widow or with Captain Marvel or Rey. To clarify these examples for you, they are just being used as a measuring stick for what I call the damsel Goldilocks zone. Just like with the old fairy tale story, or how we categorize potentially habitable planets, one side is too hot, the other is too cold, and the middle is just right. Princess Peach and Buttercup are on the cold side, as they seem to be easy to capture and will remain until rescued, while Black Widow and the others are on the hot side, since they can get out of their own situations themselves. So we want Brie Larson to be in that warm damsel zone, where she is competent but not too weak or too overpowered. However, there's more to characters than just their strength. Let's figure out what type of traits we can give that Brie Larson can bring to life based on what she's done before. Many of her detractors find her acting to be wooden or stale, lacking personality, but they wouldn't mind seeing her smile on occasion.
How about a smile for me, huh?
But that doesn't mean that she would just whip out a smile out of character, like many of the articles assumed that that's what people meant when they said they wanted her to smile. In Captain Marvel specifically, there didn't seem to be enough of varying expressions throughout to show what she's experiencing or how she's feeling. However, she does pull off a range of personality in Kong Skull Island that would be great to see more of.
With the many lovely flowers and music everywhere.
Another thing to consider is it's likely that her fans want her to be better than any man on screen, which could technically be done well, but that doesn't help her character if she acts like a villain in the process.
Here's a proposition for you. You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
Although, there is a comparison for our new Brie Larson character that demonstrates what I'm talking about and might please her lovers and haters. Agent Melinda May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a full-on, serious character that rarely smiles.
My face hurts.
She is similar to Black Widow with her skills as a spy in nearly all regards, including getting herself out of damsel situations, but ends up causing loads of harm to herself in the process. She's presented as reserved and straightforward, very serious and seemingly emotionless, but is capable of cracking a smile or telling a joke, but most importantly, she strongly cares about the people around her. The more you learn about her, the more she softens up for a bit for the first season and a half, and we don't know why she's so hardened, even at the mention of the nickname, the Cavalry.
If I need a gun, I'll take one.
Right. Forgot I was working with the cavalry.
Don't ever call me that.
I'm sorry if this spoils Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a bit, but I want to drive this example home because this is a great justification for a serious character that's done well.
Take my hand. Give me your pain. I need a new mother. Take your pain.
Put your hand down and stop. Everything's gonna be all right.
Just please.
Bringing it back to our Brie Larson character, something similar to Agent May would be fine, but not a straight-up copy, of course. Although, I think that Brie could possibly pass for a spy in an action movie. This would give her a balanced skill set, where she could have some fighting techniques, manipulation, and she can adjust her personality to where she needs it. Her character wouldn't be the best of the best, as we would like to see her have some struggles, pun intended. Boo! With this being a hypothetical movie, we don't need to specify everything that would be involved, just the parts that drive the point across the board. So far, I would think that her lovers and haters might be curious to see this movie knowing that Brie Larson is cast in a spy action movie. Whether or not it would be good or bad, it might at least be entertaining. We would see her character most likely show off some of her undercover skills, as well as a few well-placed fighting moves somewhere in that first act. And maybe you could show her as a damsel somewhere in the beginning just to show that she can get herself out of some situations, but then this could be a good position for later on where it's a little more difficult. And anyway, we're just going to move on right here. So later on, she could be tailing someone that leads her to the main villain, or possibly she's already met the villain but doesn't know him quite yet. I want you to kind of use your imagination for some of these events. I'm not trying to be so specific, so you can use your imagination with these spy type of scenarios right here. She could have a chance to present some of her likable or endearing character traits, and she could blow her cover trying to save others from danger around this time. That would be a pretty good character move right there, even if you are a spy. She can show off some of her more impressive combat skills or use of weapons around this time, having some badass moments, followed by getting overwhelmed and captured, making her an official damsel in distress while maintaining a strong feminine persona.
I'm so over this damsel in distress nonsense.
With the main character now held captive by the enemy faction, this gives any secondary characters some important stuff to do, and we can get to know the villains a little bit better, and we can see how our protagonist handles herself in this sort of situation. If she is not gagged, as typically the villain might want to hear some of her retorts, she can try to get them to reveal some information aside from the potential monologue that's going to come. She might be able to cause a little bit of a discourse among the villains, and maybe she's capable of even escaping some of her bonds like before, but is a lot more difficult because she's got to wait for the right time. She can't just try to run away right there. She can't pull off a full-on Black Widow or Captain Marvel. And I know it sounds like I'm going to lead into more stuff, but I think with that, I'm going to end the scenario right there. Do you believe that casting Brie Larson as a damsel in distress in a movie somewhat like this would be enough to please her lovers and haters? Or was this just a fruitless effort? Let me know what you think and if you'd like to see another video sort of like this in the future. Anyway, that's all I've got to say, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.